Hey everybody, welcome back to Baking with Joy. And since this is our first video of the new year 2024, I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Tonight we're going to be making just some simple brownies. To my disappointment, I am out of vanilla extract. So I Googled what to use in place of the vanilla extract, and there were several things. You can use another extract, which I'm kind of leery about. I'm also out of almond extract, which would be my next choice. But you could also use a spice, maple flavor, which I'm not crazy about. Vanilla bean paste or vanilla powder, which I have neither, or honey. So what I've decided to do is use just some simple cinnamon, just a small amount of it, because I know that they use that in the, it's in the Coca-Cola cake or the Texas sheet cake, either one, I'm not real sure. So I know that it goes nicely with chocolate. So I'm going to show you what we're going to be preparing in these fudgy brownies. So to start with, I've got 1 whole stick of butter plus another half stick, which equals 12 tablespoons of butter. And that's what I have in this bowl, and 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. Now, I do have the milk chocolate chips here. The recipe called for semi-sweet, but I like a milder taste of chocolate, so I had just enough for 1/2 cup of milk chocolate chips. But you can use semi-sweet if you like a real chocolate-rich flavor to your brownies. Or you could use like 4 ounces of chopped up chocolate, either milk chocolate or semi-sweet. So our first step to making these brownies, we're going to zap these in the microwave till our butter and chocolate chips are melted and combined. So I'm going to stick this in the microwave, and as soon as they're melted, we will be back. Okay, everybody, we're back. And it took about 55 seconds for me to melt my butter and chocolate chips. They're still a little bit unpartially melted on the bottom, but once we get all this combined and in the oven, it will melt. So 55 minutes in the microwave for my 1.5 sticks of butter and my 1/2 cup of milk chocolate chips. Now, what we're going to do now is add our rest of our ingredients, and that's all. So we're going to start with, we got a 1/2 cup of cocoa going in. We have 1/2 teaspoon of instant coffee going in. Actually, the coffee will also enhance the chocolate. And then we have 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon going in. 3/4 cup of white granulated sugar going in. And 3/4 cup of light brown sugar going in. And then I have 1 cup of self-rising flour. Now, the recipe called for 1 cup of all-purpose flour. You can use all-purpose, but if you use all-purpose, then you would need to add the 1/2 teaspoon of salt that the recipe called for. But I'm using self-rising, so if the recipe had called for baking powder, baking soda, or salt, I would omit that, and I did. So that's everything that we need to add in except for the eggs. But first, we're going to give this a good whisk with our spatula. And it's making a smooth mixture. Oh, this is so beautiful. It just combined just lovely, and it smells delicious. Nothing smells any better than brownie batter. And it just combined so wonderful and smooth. Okay, now for our last ingredient, I have 2 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk, and I'm going to give this a good whisk before I add this to my batter. And in it goes. And now we're just going to use our spatula to blend in our eggs. I've got my oven preheating to 350. And now I believe I'll take the whisk to finish whisking this mixture together. Now, at this point, if you want to double the chocolatiness of this recipe, you could add 3/4 cup of either milk chocolate or semi-sweet chocolate chips. Or you could add the nut of your choice. You could add toasted pecan. Hey everybody, I've got my mixture mixed up. But like I was saying, you could add the nut of your choice. Toasted pecans, almonds, walnuts, whatever you want, or you could just leave them out completely. And as I said, if you want a richer flavor to your brownies, you could add 3/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips or 3/4 cup of milk chocolate chips. I'm leaving the extra chocolate chips out. And I am leaving nuts out. But those are just options that you have. Now our mixture is mixed up and we're going to pour it in a 9x9 pan that has been sprayed with baking spray. And it's going to go into a 350-degree preheated oven for 30 minutes. So I'm just going to place this in my pan, and when they're done, we'll be back.